Hello Cancer, and welcome to Sincere Tarot, where you get the raw, honest truth. This is your September 2019 reading. So I'm just going to start off with the absolute major astrological events. I'm going to pull some cards from two different decks, and then we'll see how it all lines up. Okay, so during the first week, there's no major astrological activity. During the second week, on the 14th, your Saturdays are pretty busy astrologically speaking, at least the last three of the month. But on the end of the first week, on Saturday the 14th, we've got a full moon in Pisces. So you either need to get shit sorted or you're going to suffer from it. Also on the 14th, Mercury enters Libra, so there will be harmonious communication, and Venus enters Libra also on the 14th, so love will be beautiful and balanced. During the second week, on the 18th, authority matters move forward as Saturn is direct in Capricorn. And on the 21st, Jupiter is square in Neptune, so optimism will be a little bit confusing. During the fourth week, on the 23rd, the Sun enters Libra, so there will be a spotlight on relationships. And on the 28th, there are balanced new beginnings as Venus is sextile with Jupiter and there is a new moon in Libra. All right, so I've already shuffled the cards off camera, but I'm just shuffling them a little bit more. I'm first going to, ooh, this one just popped out. Ooh, I'll show you later. I'm first going to pull 4 cards from my Tarot of the Cat deck. And they represent the first, second, third, and fourth week. And then I'll pull an energy card from my Thoth deck, and make sure you stick around until the end when I pull, you pick your own destiny card from the Tarot of the Thoth deck. I'll show you the card that popped out in just a minute. There's a lot of stuff going on this month. All right, so first I'll show you the card that popped out. Actually, I'm getting a feeling just to leave it until I say how the first 4 weeks go, okay? So during the first week, we have got the Queen of Swords. Now, this is most like, it could possibly be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius influence, but essentially it is a strong feminine energy where someone who stands her ground and is very intelligent, sharp, generally witty, can cut to the core of bullshit. Like, you literally cut through the bullshit. A lot of people can kind of come at you with a lot of that, and you're able to see right through it. Very logical, very rational, very powerful, very strong, and you are feeling very confident and assertive. And you know who you are, and you've got a good head on your shoulders. During this, or it could also be the influence of someone else, but they have that influence on you, okay? So it's a good energy for the first week, really good. And it seems to be needed for the rest of the month, because on the second, we have got the Two of Swords. So again, possible Gemini, Libra, Aquarius influence, but it is essentially a choice. It is a difficult choice to make, as the choices don't, it's not obvious which way to go. It's almost like a fork in the path, a fork in the road, and it's not even something that you can make a logical decision with, because both decisions are very logical to make. They almost have, if you were to do a list of pros and cons, they would have like equal pros and cons. But as long as you make that decision around mid-month, by the end of the second week, because on the 14th, as Mars is opposite Neptune, we've got a full moon in Pisces, you really need to pick something and roll with it. Otherwise you will suffer if you delay too much. A little bit of delay is okay, but you have to make the decision around mid-month, I would say, at the latest, and it looks like you do, because on the third week, we've got the Ace of Swords. Again, possible Gemini, Libra, Aquarius influence, but essentially you are going to be use a lot of logic, a lot of rationality, a lot of, I feel like just information potentially from books and resources and information to help you make this decision, okay? It's not necessarily an intuitive decision. I mean, for some of you it might be, but the choice that you do pick on the third week is going to be one that you've made with your mind. And you know, I know that a lot of people in the spiritual field will kind of make it seem like your mind is your enemy, but come on, our mind is a tool. It helps us out with a lot of stuff, and you're using it to the best of your ability to make this rational, logical decision this month. And yeah, so you know what direction you're going by the third week. And on the 18th, I mean, authority matters move forward as Saturn is direct in Capricorn. So things will definitely be moving forward by that day. And things might be a bit confusing as on the 21st, Jupiter is square with Neptune. But on the fourth week, we've got the Chariot. So that's also the card that represents your sign. So I feel like this decision that you have made, that you will make, is absolutely in your best interest. It's very in line with your higher power, your higher self. It's definitely the direction that you need to go. And there may very well likely be actual travel. Like, you're not just going to be moving forward metaphorically. It may very well be literal. You might have to travel to work. You might have to do like a little travel if it is for a job, or if it is for something, you might have to like go somewhere for an interview or to meet someone or to do something. Like, I really see actual physical travel during the fourth week. And you know, this really does line up with on the 28th, because we've got balanced new beginnings, as there's a new moon in Libra and Venus is sextile in Jupiter as well. So yeah, new moon on the 28th, new start on the fourth week. It all makes sense. This is really cool. This is the card that popped out, and I'm really good at shuffling my deck, so that rarely happens. So the Three of Pentacles popped out. And Pentacles can be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn influence, but essentially this is someone who has extreme skill when it comes to something in like actual day-to-day reality. It could literally be someone who's like a really good cook, a really good baker, someone who's good at knitting, someone who's just like it's a part like swimming, driving. Like it's literally like you're really good at something and you're able to do it in a way that almost like defies the belief of other people around you. So I really feel like that whatever decision that you're making, whatever you're moving forward with, has to do with this skill that you've honed near to a perfection. And this move may have to do with work. It may not have to do with work. All I know is that you're using your rational mind to make this decision and to move forward. And in this case, it's an extremely good choice that you've used your rational mind to make this choice. So very, very good. And yeah, I think that also like this choice may have come about because your skill has been recognized by other people. All right, let's pull an energy card, and make sure you stick around until the end where you pick your own destiny card from my Tarot of the Thoth deck. This is so great. This is one of the best cards in the deck, if not arguably the best card. I love it so much. So your energy is the Sun. This is so great. I mean, we've got, it's just growth, positivity, positive energy, literally like everything, most things on the planet like need the sun to actually live and to survive. So growth, joy, celebrating life. This is an extremely positive card for whatever you have chosen around the middle of the month and whatever you're moving forward with. This is like a really, really good sign. So even though on the 21st, with Jupiter being square in Neptune, your optimism, you might be a bit confused with your optimism, but it's fine. Just because you feel that way doesn't mean that like everything's gonna go amazingly well, like really, really ideal. You are just like owning it. You are really becoming the best version of yourself with this aspect of your life in this month. Really, really good. All right, pick a number, 1, 2, or 3. I'm actually just gonna shuffle this deck a little bit more. So you pick your own destiny card, all right? I'll shuffle once more. I already shuffled them off camera, just shuffling them again from my Thoth deck. 1, 2, or 3. So you need to use your intuition to pick your card. So whatever number that I said kind of stuck out in your head a little bit more, that's the number that you pick. And it's also whatever one feels the most like relief, the one that you feel most like, that's the one that you pick. Also, never second guess yourself. Whatever your first pick was is always the correct pick, okay? Cool, all right, if you picked 1, and if we've got more swords, you're definitely using a lot of rational thought and logical thought this month. Cool, so if you picked 1, we've got the 2 of Swords, which represents peace. So there may have been a bit of difficulty in the previous month, but that is coming to an end, or it has come to an end. So whatever strife and whatever's been causing you mental anguish previously, like it's kind of like you're starting anew. Oh, and also that lines up with the 2 of Swords that you got also here during the second week, right? So this is a super important choice, and you are going to make the right choice. And when you do make this choice, you need to make sure that you're very calm. It's whatever you pick, whatever you feel the most relief with, whatever your mind is more calm with. So yeah, what I suggest that you do is you meditate, or at least sit down and just like imagine close your eyes and imagine one outcome, see how you feel. Then keep your eyes closed and imagine the other option that you have. Close your eyes, see how you feel. Whatever one that you feel more relaxed with, that's the choice that you make, okay? You need to feel peace and be at peace to make the right choice, and you will. Lots of 2s. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love this one. If you pick 2, we've got the 2 of Cups. So this choice that you make might actually have to do with love, but regardless, it seems like there's some sort of, it may have to do with, I mean, obviously you, but it could also be another Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces influence. But there might be like some sort of new friendship, some new romance, a new connection, and that the choice might have had something to do with that. So you're choosing love. Tell me who it is in the comments, please. All right, so if you picked 3, we've got the 5 of Discs, and to me, like, I feel like that's stress about a lot of things in the practical day-to-day world. It could literally be stress about family, it could be stress about where you're gonna live, it could be stress about your job, and I'm just it could be stress that you feel like you're not talented or skilled or adequate enough to be successful when you actually are. And you might feel like a certain type of instability, okay? Regardless, you are making the right choice. You are moving forward in a positive direction. Even if you feel like you're not, you are. And I did look at the energy from the previous month that would be leaking in, at least at the beginning of the month. And this is what I got. I got the 10 of Pentacles, which is family. So I feel like if you picked 3, you might be worried about, because something to do with your family. And it might be something to do with your relationship with them. It literally could be anything. It could be maybe you're wanting to move away from them. Maybe you're wanting to change how you relate to them, and you're making a logical choice rather than an emotional choice. It could be that you want to move away, that you want to, just something to do with your family. And so you might be feeling stress about that. But just know that if you do feel worry and stress, if you picked 3, it's the stress surrounding your family, and it's not necessarily your fault, because we learned certain but for better or for worse, certain behaviors and patterns from our family. And if you are kind of moving away a little bit from your family, or wanting to change the relationship or something like that, that's a good thing. We do need to switch things up once in a while, because just from personal experience, sometimes it's like we go through 3 stages of development, ideally, not everyone actually gets through all these stages in life, but the first stage is dependence, because we are dependent as children on our family for survival. The second stage is independence, which I feel like might be the step that is stressing you out, because you might be needing to kind of move away from family and find your own individuality. And the third step later on is going to be interdependence, because we do need one another. Unless you live under a rock in a cave, but you wouldn't be getting Wi-Fi access if that was the case. Anyways, I hope that was helpful. Please comment, like, let me know what's going on with you. I'm super curious. What choice are you making? Where are you moving to? Where are you going? What are you moving forward with? Like, share, and subscribe. It helps me out a lot when you do that, and I super appreciate it. And I hope you have a great month. See you later. Take care.